Hey you guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Tales from a Scorpion, bringing you Scorpio Talks. And in today's video, we are doing a book review. I've had this book for about, I want to say about 6 months. It's been that long. So you guys, I apologize for that, but we're going to still try to get through this book review. This book is You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose, and she is one of New York Times bestseller. And I was talking about putting up a picture of the book at the top, and I will go ahead and do that for you in one of these scenes. Also, I went through chapters 1 through 3, and I'm going to still try to wing it. So this book is about a woman named Grace who is overworked. She's traveling from New York, and she's looking for a total escape from her busy life. She books an Airbnb on a ranch in the middle of Wyoming, and when she arrives to this little getaway, she's pleased to find that the owner, which his name is Calvin, is a handsome man by the name of Calvin Wells, and is eager to be introduced to her as an easygoing way of life. But there are things Grace discovers that she's not too pleased about: a lack of phone service, a lack of Wi-Fi, and a missing woman, and the feeling that something isn't right on the ranch. And despite her uneasiness, the two bond and start to fall for one another, as usual. A predictable book. However, as her departure date nears, things change for the worse. What began as a playful romance soon turns into something complicated, like a web of lies. Grace grows wary of Calvin, and his infatuation for her seems to have morphed to obsession. Calvin fears that Grace is hiding something from him, including her reason for staying at his ranch to begin with. Vacation flings typically end in heartbreak, but for Grace and Calvin, it'll be far more destructive. Okay, you guys, I'm going to speed this along since I lost a lot of audio. I do not want to try to go back through chapters 1 and 3 because I fear that this was a pretty good video and I just do not have the time to try to re-record. So I'm going to speed this video up to chapters 4 to where the audio will pick back up. Y'all, I pretty much been talking this whole entire time without my microphone on, so I just turned it on, and I hope that this alleviates all the other background noise that I had previously. I'm going to try and fix it because I didn't want to go back over 1 through 4. But now in chapter 5, Grace discovers a woman in a picture that is in one of the bedrooms, I guess hidden in a drawer. So, she's asking Calvin, the ranch owner, who is the woman in the picture, and he kind of pretty much dodges every question of her. Then we go into chapter 6 and 7. The town is throwing hints at Grace. They're trying to warn her, like, y'all, this is really could be a movie. I love a lot of horror, sci-fi, thriller, romance type movies, but this book was really, really actually good. So like I said, in 6 and 7, the town is, giving her subtle hints, letting her know certain things, looking at her crazy. Even the animals start acting crazy at some point. Then we get to chapter 8, and they start to, Grace and Calvin, they start to have some sort of, eye contact, going back and forth with each other, playing around a little bit more, because now she done been here a couple of days. She done got settled in. She's supposed to originally been there maybe about a good 6 weeks or something like that, but yeah, now she's settled in and she's looking at Calvin. Calvin's looking at her, and the attraction intensifies. In chapter 9, Calvin decides to confess to Grace regarding whatever questions that she has, on mind. And he gives her just enough to keep her there. By this time, her car's still not working. She can't leave. She still has no cell phone service, no Wi-Fi. She can't really contact anyone. But it gives you kind of like a twist, because you don't know if Grace is really running away from something or whether it is really Calvin who has secrets of his own. And then by chapter 10, you're saying to yourself, this lady should have left. She should have left the Airbnb. When you feel something in your gut telling you to leave, you need to listen. And you need to head for the hills. You don't need to keep staying around. I don't care how handsome the ranch owner might be, the stable boy. You need to get the hell out of Dodge. This is a good book. I wouldn't sugarcoat it. I really enjoyed this book. It has, and this is how Geneva Rose, this is how she looks. And she is supposed to be one of New York Times bestsellers. It has 324 pages. However, the last chapter, it has 53 chapters, but then the very last part of the book is like maybe 2 pages of acknowledgments. It is very good. I really, really enjoyed this read. I do have other books that I'm going to come back. I always wanted to maybe like read out of the book, but I know you can't do that because of copyright issues. However, that's okay. I'm going to make this channel my own. Like I said, I'm doing book reviews, I'm doing travel, food, and whatever type of review, movie reviews, whatever type of review I can do, I'm going to do it. From TV shows to movies, whatever hits my spirit, I'm going to do it. But right now, this is the book that I'm reading, and I just completed it. I only did little snippets from 1 through 10. I'm not going through the whole book. I don't know if I should do it with the next book that I'm reading. I might break it down and read a chapter or do a snippet of the next book that I'm thinking about doing. It is another Geneva Rose book. Like I said, I have her collection, and she is a phenomenal writer, and I enjoy her reads. This is an Airbnb horror story that you don't see coming. So if you all have this type of book, or if you have read this book, let me know in the comments. Other than that, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for staying with me through this little book review. I do rate it an 8 out of 1 through 10 on a scale of 1 through 10. And I will come back with additional reads. If you are new to the channel, welcome, and don't forget to hit the like button, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any content as I bring it to you on a weekly basis. I'll see you in my next book review.